First up, remarkable presentations. This was the first thing I did after I read that quote from Seth Godin. Now, if you know me, I'm generally a shy, reserved person. I would rather research and read all day than to have to stand up and present. So this was not easy for me to do. In fact, I had talked myself out of it. And here I am at the chamber meeting down in Venice, Florida. And I think it had been my third meeting. There was a room at a country club with about 90 people there. They started passing the microphone around. If you've ever been to a networking meeting, you know it's kind of late. Everybody stands up and they give their want. That's my Charlie Brown teacher impression. And it's all we knew what to do at the time. And so everybody's going around giving their 30, 60-second presentation. And I talked myself out of it. Well, fortunately, one of my competitors was there that day. And when my competitor stood up and gave their 30, 60-second presentation, I thought, well, now I've got to do it. So I had a little flip cam at the time and I threw it over to a guy I knew and I said, hey, record this just in case it works. And so he did, fortunately. And I stood up and I said, have you been following the latest swimsuit trends? I said, Benjamin Moore has just come out with her latest swimsuit body paint. And I know what you're thinking. What does swimsuit body paint and house painting have in common? I'm glad you asked. Whether you're all about sporting that thong, and I held up a artist brush there, and I grabbed the biggest, blown out, nappiest 18-inch roller frame I could. And I said, or if you're wide bodied, right? And I looked back at the crowd, I said, call 1-800-painting because we've got your back. Not knowing how they were going to respond, they all went nuts. So that encouraged me to keep going. And so I did. The next one, I sang Sinatra, and I think it was flying to network at noon instead of flying to the moon, pick a shade of blue. And again, they loved it. That encouraged me to do it again. I did a Sir Mix-a-Lot rap, but I think it was I Like Referrals and I Cannot Lie. Okay. And these are all on YouTube. You can check them out. And then I did Hulk Hogan, and that's the one that kind of really tipped and got the attention of many others. In fact, it's when PDCA reached out and said, hey, will you come and speak and share, all these wild things that you're doing. Because again, guys, please remember, this was during the Great Recession when many good businesses were going under, but we just kept scaling up. Okay. So this is certainly going to help you if we are coming into another correction. Now, others are doing these as well. So here's Craig Armstrong crushing it. Mark Lane. There's Mark Polos. Mark Polos again with the Mr. T. Right. And then here's Steven out in California. In fact, he did so well that he also won Business of the Year.